Happy Sunday. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you are doing, you are having a fantastic weekend. Okay, confession time. I am recording this on Tuesday afternoon, partly because this has been the literal only day this week where there's any chance of it not being super rainy. If you look over in the distance there are some pretty ominous clouds. You can't see them through the trees there, but there are some pretty ominous clouds over there. And there are some clouds way over there. And I literally just finished filming another video for this channel, which may or may not be up already. And I said to Em, you know what, I'm going to go outside now and film the chicken and garden. I know it's only Tuesday, but the weather is forecast to be beastly for the rest of the week. So we've got some good news here. The ice has vanished. The ice has gone. And, well, some things are doing less well than I would have hoped. So my rosemary is looking a little sorry for itself because the amount of ice that this had to deal with and snow still smells absolutely incredible, but it's not doing as great as I would have liked. But look, we may soon have some sprouts. These sprouts have taken an absolute age to grow, and I have a feeling if I don't harvest some of these soon, I won't get a chance to. Over here, meanwhile, our winter cabbages are taking an absolute age to grow. Check those out. They still also survived the ice and the snow, although I think some of the younger ones, they've given up. But look what's happened here. While some of our broccoli really didn't do well in the ice, and you can see that some of them appear to have been eaten, this broccoli here is doing just fine. This was all limp and not very happy with the world a couple of days ago, and it seems to be bouncing back. So who am I to criticize? This one looks like it's starting to flower because obviously it was stressed into near extinction by the ice. So I guess we'll see. But look, the case for mulch is strong. A lot of people were saying, why did you bother mulching your garlic? Why did you bother doing that? Well, this is where the garlic was. This is all the straw we put down. And it has ensured that the ground underneath not only remained a little bit warmer, but it's also ensured that the ground hasn't become overly waterlogged, but also has some nice nutrients as the straw on top, when it decomposes gradually and gently, that all goes into the ground and helps the garlic grow. So I'm hoping that doing that helped the garlic. Now, I've been thinking a little bit about what I'm going to grow this year and where I'm going to grow it. And I know lots of you have said, well, Nikki, your garden's kind of in the wrong place, because you've got the trees here, we've got the hedgerow here, we've got the greenhouse here. And several people have said, you really should move these to the other side of your property next to your orchard. The reason I haven't done that up to this point is because you've got a massive water tank underneath the ground there. And I didn't really want to disturb that. But I'm gonna be honest, I am definitely considering moving it for this year. So I know for a fact that this plot, this one, and to some extent that one, they all do really well. The closer you get to the hedgerow, the less likely it is that things will grow. But, you know, the first year we lived here and we had plants, we had broad beans in here, or runner beans actually, I think the first year. We had broad beans in here last year, and they did just fine. Obviously this is where our raspberries and our strawberries live. And again, these did just fine. I will be cutting these down, but I'm going to wait until the spring. I will cut these back in the spring, just like I will cut my roses back in the spring and everything else, because I do not want... There's nothing worse than cutting plants back after it's been really cold and after you've had some frosts. You're not entirely sure if all the frosts are gone. It can actually do some damage if you, I suppose, prematurely prune your plants. Some people who are very happy though are the chickens. And it looks hellishly muddy here. And one of my tasks in the next couple of weeks is to move the chicken wire and to move their run, probably a little bit down there, just to make sure that we don't churn over the same bit of ground again and again and again, because chickens can be kind of destructive. But as you can see, they're enjoying scrabbling around in the mud. And there have been lots of worms coming up, which they've been very happy about. And so they seem to be pretty happy. It's good to see Ashley out and about, because last week when we had the really cold weather, Ashley really didn't want to do anything. Because she's the smallest bird. She is, she's not the oldest. Carolyn is, well, she and Carolyn are joint eldest birds. I think they were hatched a day apart, and I can't remember which one is the oldest, but she's definitely the smallest in terms of her age. And Carolyn is a big bird and has lots of feathers to keep her warm. Ashley, not so much. In fact, Carolyn is chilling out just under there. Aren't you, Carolyn? She's scrabbling around in the dirt. She likes to spend most of her time just chilling out and watching the world go by. She doesn't lay any eggs anymore, so that's really not her primary focus. She just chills and enjoys. I wonder if there is a chicken equivalent to Netflix and chill, because that's what she does. We have no eggs today, unfortunately. I say that, but there is an egg here. Look, one egg. I thought we were not going to have any eggs today, but it turns out we have one. I don't know if it was laid today or if it's been sat there and hidden for a day, because one of the hens is going around and hiding eggs of other hens, which is a bit weird. But that happens sometimes. Either they don't want somebody else's eggs in their coop, or there's some rivalry or something. Chickens are very complicated creatures. I know people like to think that chickens are very simple, but they're not. They're very complicated creatures, and they bear grudges, and they do all of these other things that we humans do as well. So at least I rescued the egg. I'd love to tell you that the rest of the garden looks amazing, but it doesn't, because not only did we have all that snow and all of that ice, but then it melted in the best part of a 36-hour period. It went from solid, you will slip and kill yourself, to a bog in about 36 hours. And so the front of the garden looks absolutely terrible. That said, we do finally have the very first hints that spring is coming. Check this out. If we go down here, look, the very, very first daffodils of the year are coming up, and that makes me very happy indeed, because daffodils mean that spring is just around the corner, even though we are still in January. And my irises, well, my irises look incredible. They are coming up. I'm not going to show you because one of the side effects of having all of the snow is that the dogs were basically going wherever they wanted to, because we weren't going to go out in sub-zero temperatures and pick it up. And I still need to go and pick all of the dog poo up that ended up in the flower bed and elsewhere. So I'm not going to show you there. But look here, things are starting to wake up, and it is beautiful. This means spring is on its way. And I'm wandering around today with no coat on, which is the first time all year. Yes, I have a jacket, but it is wonderful after what felt like a few weeks of hell to see that, yes, things are starting to grow again. I'm looking at these apples, and even they are thinking about waking up and starting again, and that is wonderful, and it is incredible, and it allows you just to take a bit of a breath and go, yeah, things are going to be okay. This year I want to grow a whole lot more in the garden, and I want to work on companion planting, which is something that I didn't do a lot of last year, partly because I didn't have time, but I also want to work on some other growing potential. So while we're here, this was the section that some of you think we should convert to a garden, and I'm open to suggestions. There has been a lot of subsidence since we purchased the house though. So I've got to decide whether this is something we want to do, and if so, maybe we bring in some soil and flatten it and maybe put a retaining wall here. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts. Maybe I'll get more vegetables here. And I know I will get more vegetables here. I don't know. I don't know what I feel about that. We are going to plan and put some fencing up. I know we've been talking about that for a long time, but at some point we plan to put some fencing up, and I think that will probably help create a more kind of bucolic feel for this particular area. We're also going to put a fence along so that our dogs don't go wandering off into our neighbour's garden, because it's not fair on our dogs and it's not fair on our neighbours. But for the first time in a while, we are starting the garden season not on a back foot, but on a front foot, and I'm very, very excited about what's going to happen. The first things to go in, probably in a week or so, maybe 2 weeks. I'll need to go and buy some parsnip seeds. As you know, if you watch the channel, I really love parsnips, so that'll be the first thing to go in. It's just thinking about raining, as I told you at the beginning. So I'm going to say goodbye. Tell me about what's been going on in your garden. Did you survive the winter weather? Has it gone? Is it still where you are? Or are you in the southern hemisphere and going, nope, it's harvest time? Tell me your stories in the comments below. Thanks for joining me today, and if you've got thoughts, make sure you leave them below in our Discord chat room, or you can reach out to us on Mastodon. Thanks to the amazing list of people scrolling by on your screen right now. They are some of the more than 1,500 people who help fund this channel through Patreon and YouTube, covering our bills, paying our team, and making sure that we can be 100% independent. If you'd like to join them and see your name listed here, just follow the links below. There are a range of different tiers you can sign up for, from as little as $1 a month, or if you pay yearly, about $10.08 per year. A huge welcome to our newest supporters: Tantalus A. Bond, Michael Baker, Christopher Lawrence, David J. Stober, Noah Tutak, and Ian Hoffman. To join the list and get your shout out, become a paid Patreon member for your week of fame. If you'd like to support us with a one-off donation, you'll find links below to make Ko-fi and Bitcoin donations, and we even have an old-fashioned PO box you can reach us at, address also below. And if you're in need of some swag, you'll find our swag store in the down below. This month, we're celebrating electric for everyone with an amazing new t-shirt design by our in-house artist and animator, Erin. Get yours today by heading to our Redbubble store. We've got some fantastic content coming up, so make sure you're subscribed on PeerTube or YouTube, and we'll see you very soon. We make new videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you want more, the mighty algorithm thinks you'll like this video, but we all think that this one is also well worth a look. See you soon, and as always, keep evolving.